This is going to be a quick start tutorial on how you run JavaScript on Cloudflare Workers. This is a tutorial series where we have 3 sets of videos. We have the first one, which is already in the playlist, that goes over what Cloudflare Workers are, the capabilities, what you can build on it, examples, and so on. The how you actually deploy in a practical manner with an example is both this video, and there's a separate video that is a bit more detailed. This one is a little bit more fast paced. So if you're looking for something slower, you can click on the other one. And then we have advanced topics like custom domains, authentication, environment variables, and so on. So for this tutorial, we're only going to need 2 things, which is a GitHub repository and a Cloudflare account. On the GitHub repository, we're going to create a new repository. I'm going to name it Cloudflare Workers JavaScript Quick Start. I'm going to make it public in this case, and I'm going to set the gitignore to node/JavaScript. Once I create the repository, I can click right here, get the SSH link, go to a terminal, and do a git clone command. And there it is. I'm going to go straight into it, and you can see it's empty right now, so there's nothing in there. We're going to do npm init, and this is going to create the package.json. We're going to do an npm install for a dev dependency, and we're going to install Wrangler. Wrangler is a Cloudflare dev toolset that is going to allow us to run this locally and also have the commands to run this on the actual deployed instance. And now we need to create our actual file. So we're going to create the Wrangler JSON configuration file, and we are going to add a source directory, and we're going to add a index.js inside that source directory. That's basically all the files that we need. If we open this up in VS Code, you can see that we have exactly the same structure. I'm going to open up a couple of these files. So let's open up the package.json, the Wrangler config, and then the index file. Let's start with the package.json. Within the scripts, we're going to add a dev script for Wrangler dev, and we're going to add a deploy script with Wrangler deploy in this case. That's everything that we need from the package.json. We don't need anything else. Now on to the Wrangler configuration file. So there's many things that you can add here, but this is the absolute minimum set of keys that you need to add. We are going to rename this to the name of the repository so that it's consistent. And the name here just has to match the name that we will set up on the Cloudflare Workers, but we can basically set up the name ahead of time and name it whatever we want. Then within the index file, I'm going to paste over the minimum configuration that you need for Wrangler. So all that we're doing is we have an export default object, and then within there we have a singular function called fetch, which is an asynchronous function, and it's going to have parameters for request, environment, and context, and we are always going to be returning a response object like that. So let's see what this does by just running it locally. So if I do a split screen, do npm run dev, you can see that it's running right away. If I open it up in the browser, you can see that we have that initial route. So I could add, for example, a console log. And again, let's do a refresh right here. And you can see that we've console logged the entire request object right there. What if we wanted to do a JSON response? We would just do that, message hello world. And then in this case, I'm just going to open up a new tab right here. I'm going to grab this, and I'm going to do CURL. And there's the response right there. So the cool thing is that we have live reload. Every time we make a change in the code, the development instance is going to refresh. I'm going to paste in a full example for what you might do if you were to do a small JavaScript API. So in this case, you see that we have exactly the same wrapper structure. We have the export default object, we have the async fetch function, and then we have a couple of endpoints. We have one for a get endpoint for the root route, a get users, get status, and post users. So let me just test out some of the other ones. So this is the root one. This is the users and the status. So let's deploy this. So how do we deploy this? So I can do a git status. And since we set up the GitHub repository ahead of time, we have a set of files that have been changed. So I'm going to add and commit. And I'm going to push it to GitHub. Once I go to GitHub, if I do a refresh, you can see all the source files are already set up over here. This is where we now go to Cloudflare Workers and where we're going to start the deployment process. So I'm going to search up workers and pages, create new application, and we're going to be bringing in the application from GitHub. So continue with GitHub. You're going to have to set up GitHub one time, but once you have that, all your repositories will be there. I'm going to select the one that we just did, which is the quick start one. Click next. And this is where we just have to make sure that our build and deploy commands are correct. In our case, our build command is going to be npm install, and our deploy command is going to be npm run deploy. There's a couple of other settings that we can play around with, but for this quick tutorial, we're just going to ignore everything and keep it as it is. As soon as I click deploy, it's going to set up the entire GitHub repository, and it's going to do an initial build and deploy. And there you go. You can see right there that the deployment process has completed. We have the logs for the building and deployment process, and we can click back here where it says back to builds and back to deployments. And you see now that we have an active deployment and we have the version history for the different deployments that have occurred. When I click this visit URL right here, you can see that now we have a production remote URL. And this one is actually printing the root route that we have. So we could go back to the terminal and look at some of the CURL commands that we had before with the remote URL in this case. So this is the root route. This is the users route. And this is the status route. So that's it. That is how you deploy with Cloudflare Workers. You can see that if I go back to the overview now, it's showing us right away that we've made a couple requests, the CPU time, all the analytics, and all that kind of stuff. So obviously there's so much more things that you can do, but the main takeaway is that it's super simple to deploy. This is a serverless solution, and all you have to kind of focus on is the code implementation. You don't really have to think about the infrastructure around it.